Hello and welcome to Haunted Montreal's Spooky Story Sessions. I'm your host, Holly Rhiannon, and today I'm going to be telling you all about Montreal's haunted metro system. Montreal's sprawling metro system is well known for its architecture, public works of art, and ability to move people quickly around the city. However, lesser known are the hauntings and paranormal activity that plague the network. With a long history of deaths from construction accidents to fires, violent acts, electrocution, and suicides, the Montreal Metro trains and tunnels are filled with far more than just the living. Construction of the underground network began in 1962 under Mayor Jean Drapeau's administration. His goal was to have it ready for the World's Fair of 1967. When the Metro opened on October 4th, 1966, it featured 22 stations and 2 lines.
The main route is number 1, the route east-west or west-east. In the east end, the present terminal is at Frontenac or Du Havre Street and Ontario. Running west under the Montigny Street, a little bit of Ontario on a short distance, and then Burnside, St. Luc and Western, reaching Atwater, where the temporary terminal is now, opposite the Forum. The other line is north-southwest, starting at the station, the terminal Henri Bourassa, going south in an axis close to St. Denis Street, which is the most important north-south artery in the east end, and running south in the axis of Berry or Saint-Vallier or Chateaubriand, always close to St. Denis or St. Hubert, going south to Viger Square, turning west with a stop at the Champ de Mars station, at the Place d'Armes station, and reaching the terminal of the 2 railway stations, Central and Windsor.
The system has since expanded to 4 lines and 68 stations. Operated by the STM, the Metro has witnessed all sorts of tragedies over the years. It's no wonder so many people believe that the network is haunted. In 2023, author Glenn Munro wrote The Haunting of Montreal's Metro. Billed as a piece of fiction for adolescent readers, the story is centered around various haunted activities in Montreal's metro system that are seriously disrupting the city. Munro writes, "Beneath the vibrant cityscape of Montreal, where history whispers from every corner, a chilling presence has taken hold. The Metro, a lifeline pulsing beneath cobbled streets, now echoes with tales of the supernatural. As the line between myth and reality blurs, the city's heartbeat falters under the weight of spectral secrets." In the story, Page Investigations, a team of paranormal investigators from Seattle, is invited by Montreal's mayor to try and resolve the various hauntings in the Metro. According to Munro, as the team descends into the subterranean labyrinth, they are met with more than just ghostly apparitions. Unexplained phenomena challenge their senses, and the very fabric of reality seems to warp around them. With each step deeper into the Metro's shadowy depths, they uncover layers of history that refuse to stay buried. The novel is fast-paced and highlights various hauntings, ghosts, and paranormal events in Montreal's metro system. While Munro is gifted with an active imagination, one wonders whether or not his fiction is rooted in seeds of truth. There is no doubt that Montreal's metro system can be terrifying at times. Indeed, in 2017, Montreal Blog ranked the scariest metro stations in Montreal on a scale of 1 to 10. At the time, the most frightening was Frontenac Metro on the Green Line with a score of 10 out of 10. Runners-up included Snowdon at 9.5 out of 10, and Bonaventure a respectful 9. While this listing is now only available on the Wayback Machine, interestingly enough, Montreal Blog published an article titled, "These are the most unsafe metro stations in Montreal, according to STM riders," on April 10th of this year. The stations may have changed, but the feeling hasn't gone anywhere. Nearly a decade later, many of the same names still come up, alongside a growing list of stations where riders now say things feel more unpredictable. Haunted Montreal has also heard first-hand accounts of paranormal activity at several stations, including Berri-UQAM, Laurier, and Frontenac. But before examining the 3 allegedly haunted stations, delving into the history of tragedy in the network may provide some clues to its hauntings. For example, 9 workers died and dozens were injured during construction of Montreal's metro system. Workers were killed by explosions, struck by cranes or earth movers, perished during cave-ins, and fell from platforms. Since the network opened, there have been many more deaths and injuries. For example, the coroner's office investigated 129 suicides in the Montreal Metro from 1986 to 1996. And there have been many more jumpers since, causing serious delays and leaving metro drivers, paramedics, STM staff, and other witnesses traumatized and often diagnosed with PTSD. There have also been a lot of deaths caused by accidents. The worst occurred on December 9, 1971. That evening, metro driver Gerard Macaron accidentally ran into a parked train at the Henri Bourassa metro garage. A fire burst out after the collision, and Macaron was unable to extricate himself from the damaged car. Despite his pleas for help, he died of smoke inhalation. The fire raged for 19 hours in the tunnel, and several firefighters and police officers were injured extinguishing the blaze. Damage to the metro cars and tunnel was also extensive. Other accidents have been caused by people falling onto the tracks. In April 2013, a young woman died, likely because she was distracted by her cell phone. CCTV footage showed her wearing headphones and staring into her smartphone before she stepped into a gap between 2 cars, falling onto the railway. The poor woman was dragged by the metro for 2 stops before commuters noticed blood on the tracks and the system was shut down. In January 2014, a man was clipped by a train at Langley Station. Radil Hebrek, 59, had been drinking and stumbled across the yellow warning line at the edge of the platform. He was hit in the head by the side of a passing train and then fell onto the quay. Despite bleeding profusely, nobody in the station attempted to help him. Indeed, 3 metro cars passed as he lay on the platform in a pool of his own blood. Hebrek wasn't attended to by paramedics until almost 20 minutes had passed. He died shortly thereafter. In another case, on February 13, 2020, a severely intoxicated 20-year-old man died after falling off the platform and onto the tracks in Beaubien Station on the Orange Line. Other accidents have occurred on escalators. On January 30th, 2014, a woman named Nema Raruti was strangled to death at the Fab Metro after her scarf got caught in the escalator as she was descending it to reach the platform. According to the coroner's report, her scarf, coat, and hair got stuck in the escalator. The report concluded the woman was strangled by her scarf and her scalp was lacerated by the teeth of the escalator before the machine finally stopped. Many more people have also died in the metro system from medical problems, criminal assaults, electrocution, and drug overdoses. With such a lengthy and diverse history of tragedy, it's no wonder Montreal's metro system has reports of hauntings. Returning to the 3 allegedly haunted stations, Laurier on the Orange Line is perhaps the most well-known. Inside the station, on one of the platforms, are the infamous Laurier ghost seats. Imprinted on the granite walls behind them appear to be the faint images of 5 ghosts. Who these ghosts are, and why they are sitting on the seats of the Laurier Metro platform, is a topic of much speculation with no clear answers. It is worth noting that skeptics and detractors feel that these are not ghosts at all, but rather stains caused by the grease from the heads of countless passengers who lean against the wall while waiting for their train. This theory begs the question as to why STM janitors have consistently failed to clean the wall behind the ghost seats. The second station reported to be haunted is Berri-UQAM. This station is unique in that it is the only one that connects 3 different lines, the orange, green, and yellow. It is a very busy station with a lot of transfers. It is also the most crime-ridden of stations, with hundreds of muggings, violent assaults, various types of theft, vandalism, and graffiti occurring every year. The most common ghost at Berri-UQAM is that of a man wearing a hard hat. who sometimes appears in the southern tunnel on the Orange Line. Train drivers who spot the man usually pull on the brakes in hopes of not running him over. As the Metro screeches towards the man on the tracks, he suddenly vanishes, leaving drivers upset and passengers rattled by the hard stop. Many suspect that the ghost is a young construction worker named Jean Berube, who died around 10 a.m. on November 17, 1964. Then known as Berri de Montagny Station, he perished after falling 30 feet from a platform during construction work. Berube was only 19 and worked for Dufresne Engineering. The final station, and allegedly the most haunted of the three, is Frontenac on the Green Line. There are occasional reports of disembodied screams echoing through the station that understandably leave commuters disturbed. Furthermore, Haunted Montreal has received pictures of the station with many orbs floating around the platforms and tunnels. Worst of all, one person claimed that she stopped using Frontenac Station after several incidents where she felt that something invisible was pushing her towards the tracks every time a train approached. These paranormal activities may be related to the worst accident that happened on the Metro during its construction. On September 11, 1964, a huge explosion ripped through Frontenac Metro around noon. A driller named Roger Roy had mistakenly hit a switch box, causing live wires to fall onto a magazine containing around 300 sticks of dynamite. Unfortunately, the explosion resulted in 3 deaths, including Roger Roy, Albert Hubert, and Steve Filixic. There were also 5 serious injuries, including a supervisor named William Allen, who was hurled about 100 feet from the blast, but miraculously survived. And of course, with all of this in mind, Dr. Mab and I felt we needed to do a little investigation at Frontenac Metro of our own. Hello, there was an accident down here many years ago. Is anyone still here from that accident? Hello. Whoever's speaking, would you like to let us know what your name is? Get any name out of it? Ben? Benoit. Maybe ask in French.
S'il y a quelqu'un qui est mort ici pendant l'accident, pouvez-vous vous identifier?
One moment, we've got some noise here. Is there anyone here named Roger?
Or Roger?
Here? Sounds like a yes and a here again. Do we have a Roger or Roger? If so, say yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to meet you. We wanted to find out if anyone is still remaining here from the accident. Is Albert here as well?
No?
No. What about Steve?
Right?
Can you tell me if Steve is here? Can you give me a yes for Steve or a no? I think it's just Roger.
Yeah.
Which would make sense because he was responsible for the explosion. So wouldn't that kind of make sense? Like if you're feeling guilt about that, you can't move on. Roger, do you feel bad about what happened? Roger, are you the one who sometimes screams in the station? Roger, are you open to speaking with us? Yes. What would you like to speak about? We have a train coming, so you can think for a little bit while it goes by. All right, Roger, are you still there? So I was asking what you wanted to talk about. Is there anything you'd like to tell us?
Is there anything we can do for you?
Leave. Okay. A little shiver. A little shiver. All right. Well, thank you for talking to us. We are gonna listen to you. We're going to wander around a little bit though and still get some footage. I hope that's okay. But so you know, we're only here respectfully to listen to what you have to say. Thank you. There are many other mysteries in Montreal's Metro network, including what some people call Station 69. Buried out of sight is a life-sized replica of the Montreal Metro, built in exact detail with real trains, real platforms, and tracks that go nowhere. It's where drivers and first responders train for emergencies, practicing what to do when the unthinkable happens. Smoke filling the tunnels, passengers trapped underground, panic spreading faster than fire. Most people will never set foot there, but it exists, sitting beneath the system that many use on a daily basis. And of course, what's a good train story without reports of a ghost train? Some have seen it, emitting blue flashes as it zips through the tunnels. With its dark history of death, tragedy, hauntings, and paranormal activity, Montreal's metro system is not for the faint of heart. Enter at your own risk. And that's it for this month's episode. Are you a Montreal resident or a tourist who's had a strange experience in the Montreal metro system? If so, we'd love to hear. As always, we're fascinated to hear your theories about what could be going on. Thank you for stopping by. If this is your first episode, I do hope you'll stick around for the next one. We post videos from Haunted Montreal in both French and English on the first Saturday of every month. And there's more on this channel, too. You can discover haunted venues, the dark side of dreams, the ghosts of Kahnawake, and so much more. And if you'd like to learn more about Donovan King's Haunted Montreal Tourism Organization, you can get it all in the description down below, along with links to purchase tickets to in-person haunted storytelling experiences. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment. Sarah Beaupre will have another video out next Saturday, but until then, stay spooky.